Hi guys, today we talk ingredients, today we talk packaged food, today we talk about how to be informed about the food that we're consuming. Um, I'm going to break this video into three sections. The first is, why do we need to even know our ingredients in the first place? Why does it matter? Second is to understand your ingredients. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of each and every ingredient that you can just Google and find out. What I'm going to do though is build an understanding of how ingredients work so that you can whether you're going out to eat, whether you're picking up a product, whether you're at a supermarket, at a restaurant, you will know if this works for you or no. So it is basically thumb rules that I'm going to share towards the end of it, which will help you identify the food that works for you and that doesn't work for you. So let's move on to the first part. Why exactly do you need to read ingredients? Because in the last 5 years, 30% of the teenagers in India have been overweight or obese. Because there is a rapid increase in fat reduction surgeries in India. Because by 2030, the doctors claim that more than 50% of the audience, the global consumer, will be overweight or obese. Because these large corporations, the big companies, the food chains, the fast food chains, the packaged food companies add 2 times more sugar, 3 times more trans fat, and 10 times more salt in every single piece of food that comes to India. And is that scary? Yes, because in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, and in the last 15 years, the rate at which diseases have increased is directly proportionate to the rate at which packaged food has been consumed. The rate at which diseases have increased is directly proportional to the amount of food consumption that is happening from these fast food chains. What kind of diseases am I talking about? I'm talking about the ever-rising cholesterol, the ever-rising deficiencies of vitamins, vitamin D, B12 deficiency, the ever-increasing gut issues, digestion issues, acidity, the ever-increasing heart attacks, heart failures, the ever-increasing liver damage, kidney damage, lung damage. It's all because of the kind of food that you're consuming. Which then tells us that it is important to know what we're consuming. It is important to know something if it's leading to a disease. It is important to know if this food works for us or no. Which takes me to my second point, which is how exactly do you read ingredients? FSSAI, which is the Food Safety and Standard Authorities of India, basically mandates that the ingredients behind every packet has to be written in decreasing order of constituency, which means that the ingredient which is in highest quantity has to be written first. The ingredient with the lowest quantity will be written last. What that does is tells us the amount of sugar, salt, and trans fat that each of these products have. Now we'll move on to the third part, which is layman simple ways to understand if this food is for you or no. First, if the list keeps going on and on and on, you know this product is not for human consumption, right? There are times we have 5 ingredients, but there are 30 written at the back, which means that there are so many artificial chemicals, stabilizers, colors, fragrance, etc., which is something that will really screw up our body. The second thing, if you cannot pronounce it, it's not for your body. third and the last one, if the ingredient list towards the end has numbers like INS 150, E246, basically E and INS numbers, it's an absolute no-no, because these numbers are basically artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, which really make your hormones imbalanced and leads to a gazillion diseases that we can't even start listing here. Okay, let's try and understand this with an example. So here I have one product which is like a peanut butter. This is bhujia, the regular bhujia that we have, and I'm just going to read out ingredients for both and we'll figure out if this is good for our consumption or no. So the ingredients in this are potato, edible vegetable oil, gram pulse flour, rice flour, edible starch, iodized salt, spices and condiments, acidity regulator, INS 330, INS 551, INS 627, INS 631. I think the third rule applies here. It has numbers, which means these are artificial preservatives, regulators, flavorants, and hence it's not something that a human body should consume. Let's read this. This has 3 ingredients, which is peanuts, which we understand, dates, and cocoa. So I think this follows all 3. One is that we understand these ingredients, and hence this is a yes, we should. Can we pronounce all the ingredients? Yes, we can. Is the ingredient list very long? No. And last and the final one, that it has no numbers in its ingredients. That is why this is a product, even though if it's packaged, it's on the shelf, it's something that you can consume. And that is also on the shelf, but you cannot consume. I hope this was simple enough. I hope that this video was useful. I hope that next time when you check a package, next time when you pick up a product, you will check a package. And if you already do, tell me in the comments below, what do you find and what are the kind of products that you like picking up.